Hey guys, what's up? I'm back with more JRPGs that made me rage quit, but that I actually finished. Oh yeah, I did one of these before, I think it was part 2, full of JRPGs that I did beat, and now I'm back with 10 more of them. Here I have all of these beautiful, magnificent, extraordinary, but also miserable, annoying, enraging The first game on the list is Final Fantasy XII. I think I've mentioned in a couple of videos how this game kinda pissed me off, but not on this level, and it's never been featured in one of my Rage Quit videos. I don't know why. I'm holding the PlayStation 4 remaster, but in reality I never finished this version. The one that I didn't finish is the original on the PlayStation 2. First thing you need to know is that back then I didn't know what I was doing. I tried to complete the game without using a walkthrough, a guide, and I got stuck in a boss battle and I didn't know what to do, and it turns out that I was a fucking idiot who didn't know how to exploit certain gameplay mechanics. For starters, this was my first time I ever played a video game where you get a lot of junk that you find out there in the fields, in the ruins, and also by defeating enemies. And I always thought it was important stuff. I didn't know you could sell this fucking garbage! So therefore, I always had limited equipment, and obviously I also had limited magic, and I didn't know magic was a big deal here. Buffs, debuffs, kinda like in Shin Megami fucking Tensei. Well, I didn't know any of that. All I knew is that I was just playing an action RPG with a real-time battle system that's kind of like unique. This was my first time seeing a battle system like this one. It was so unique, which is also what makes this fucking game so fantastic. But I didn't know that, so off I go one day to read a walkthrough because I got stuck in this fucking boss battle you're seeing right fucking now. So I went there, died a million times, grinded like 10,000 levels, still couldn't beat it, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? So I read a guide, I didn't know you could sell all of this stuff, and I didn't know magic was this important. So that's what I did, I sold everything, and in my inventory I got rich and I bought everyone badass magic. And of course, once I faced this asshole again, I finally beat the motherfucker. Number 9 is a game that I know a lot of you are gonna cringe. It's sad that I rage quit in a game like this, but it's challenging, it's not an easy game. And it's because I greatly underestimated. Are you ready to laugh or to cringe? Atelier Ryza, the first one. My problem with this game is that most Atelier games that I beat in the past had been easy as hell. Most of them. Well, maybe Eska and Logi on the PS Vita was a pain in the ass, but I was like, there's gotta be something wrong with this goddamn version. Because every other Atelier game had been easy. So this one, I just didn't care. I was like, man, it's gonna be a walk in the park like any others, and people are praising this game. It's become so popular. Why would it be hard or stupidly hard, right? Well, it actually isn't. It's just that I underestimated the motherfucker, and I went into this first. This footage you're seeing right now, it isn't a fucking boss battle. It's just a fight against 2 elite monsters. Well, guess what? I died with these assholes that you're seeing right now. I died. They fucking killed me. And I was like, why is there an Atelier game that is just this fucking hard near the beginning? Not even 2 hours in and you die miserably against these guys. So okay, I went back. I took the game seriously. I created a bunch of new equipment, accessories and whatnot. I beat the shit out of these bastards. And then I got into a dragon boss fight, and holy shit, man, same fucking deal. I died miserably a few times, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this game, man? Is this the hardest Atelier game ever, or what? Well, actually, I think the Iris trilogy is a little bit harder than this. Eska and Logi, I'm looking at you again, the PS Vita version. But whatever the case, I think it's mostly my fault. The game was designed to be a little bit more challenging than most Atelier games in the past. That's a fact. But yeah, I underestimated the game, I didn't take it very seriously, so now I did, and eventually I beat the game, and it does start getting more challenging near the end. Some of the enemies during the final areas, like these ones you're seeing right now, are fucking nasty, man. Like, what's wrong with this game? But it's amazing. It's a good game, and if you know what you're doing, and if you craft stuff, and if you pay attention and whatnot, I mean, It's not hard, it's not that hard, you know, but it's still challenging, and I think it's one of the most challenging Atelier games ever made. Yeah, Atelier Ryza. Fucking damn it, man. Next is a digital-only game. No physical version of it exists. At least not as of the making of this video. Hopefully one day, because these two are amazing games. The first one is badass, the second is just as badass, but god damn it. I'm talking about Fuga Melodies of fucking Steel 2, the sequel. Two things about this fucking game pissed the shit out of me, man. The first one is that, I'm not gonna give you any spoilers, but let's just say that something happens early in the game and that crushes you. It breaks your fucking heart, okay? Yeah, if you stick to it and you get the good ending, I mean the true ending, which isn't hard to do, all you gotta do to get the true ending is never use any of the kids in the Soul Canon. Just never, I mean, why would you kill your party members, right? I mean, seriously, don't do that. All you gotta do is keep everyone alive, and there you go. And it's not that hard of a game. It's harder than the first one, yes, but it's not that hard. That's not the problem. Okay, the problem there is that I rage quit early on it because of this plot event. It's so fucking rare for me to rage quit on any video game whatsoever because of something that happens in the story. I did it before with Jeanne d'Arc on the PSP and never went back to it because I just couldn't take it. But here, I kinda spoiled myself a little bit with a true ending, so I could say, oh, okay, so it's not as bad, okay? That's all I'm gonna say, no spoilers. Go and play the game and figure it out for yourself. It's an amazing game, and the ending is worth it, man. It's worth it, okay? And the second reason why I rage quit is because this fucking game has these really, really annoying enemies on it that, oh man, I don't remember them in the original, in the first game. I'm pretty fucking sure they weren't there! These enemies, you know, they kind of shoot something at you that drains your health every turn, and it's a pain in the ass to kill them because you're fucking busy trying to kill the other annoying motherfuckers first. Why? Why? What is the point on creating hard as fuck enemies like this, broken enemies like this, to piss off the player? I'm pretty fucking convinced that these enemies are just there to piss off the player. The designers, the people who program these motherfuckers, they know that, man. There are hard enemies out there. Sure, there are, you know, annoying, yeah, whatever. But enemies like this are just like, it's like they're trying to piss us off, to troll us, to make us rage quit. Well, I rage quit multiple times. I was like, man, fuck this game. But the next day, I was there like a fucking idiot trying to beat it, and you know what? At the end, I beat the game. And I loved it. And it's an amazing, and I strongly recommend it, guys. Yes, you need to play the first one to get into this one. Coming right up is a pretty popular action RPG. It's a remake of the original that was turn-based, and now it went hack and slash, and you already know I'm talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake. Wow. Where do I even begin with this fucking game, man? First and foremost, it's a modern game. And it's a trend that's been going on for a few years. Probably thanks to the Souls series, but maybe not at the same time. This is something really annoying that a lot of modern RPGs have for some reason. And that is that I've bitched about this before, and I've complained about this, that I don't think modern developers know how to make their games hard or their bosses challenging. So instead, some of these bosses end up being pretty fucking boring and with a lot of HP. That's it. The first boss in this game is a pain in the ass to take down. All you gotta do is exploit magic. That's true, but it still takes forever on normal mode or even hard mode. I mean, why? I'm having fun, yeah, your boss is epic, your boss is fun, thanks. But why does it take me 15 to 20 minutes to take it down? Why? I mean, it's annoying. Octopath Traveler did it and it was fucking annoying. And why here too? But this one you're seeing right now. This fucker, man. And sure, there's always a way to beat these guys, the easy way, even a hard mode. You know, there's always that, right? But it takes time to figure that out. You're not gonna figure that out at the first time you fight these motherfuckers. You're not. And I couldn't figure out how to beat it faster, but I wasn't dying either. I was just there fighting the asshole, and it had like 30% HP left when I turned the game off. I was like, fuck this, this is ridiculous. Later I found out there was an easy mode, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna play this game on easy, because it's a great game, it's a great remake, but it's Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's its own game, it shouldn't even be called Final Fantasy VII, it should have been called like Final Fantasy VII Reimagining or something like that, because it's just completely different from the original, especially in terms of gameplay and battle mechanics. And I didn't care that much for it, so I just wanted to beat the game, enjoy the graphics, the story, the cinematics, Tifa fucking Lockhart, and move on with my life, so that's what I did. Easy mode. Why would I bother playing on normal mode, grinding a lot, or trying to figure out how to beat these assholes that's still gonna take me fucking forever to beat? Why would I do that? So next is an action JRPG that... This is an easy game. And I played the entire game on normal mode and I beat it. But the final boss... This is Persona 5 Strikers. Yes, you do need to play Persona 5 to understand this one, because this, believe it or not, it was kind of announced as a spin-off, like a Warriors, Dynasty Warriors clone, one of those, but in reality it's a full-fledged action RPG. Oh yeah, you visit towns, you level up, you talk to people, you do side quests, you do everything you do in regular RPGs. And the story is a direct sequel to Persona 5, to the events of Persona 5. The original, not the Royal, because I think this came out before the Royal edition. So Kasumi isn't here. It's a great game, fantastic game. It's not on the easy side, it's challenging, but it's okay, I beat it on normal mode. I usually beat action RPGs on easy because I suck at them, but this one I beat it on normal, except the final boss. But I'm not gonna show any footage of the final boss because I don't want to spoil you. My videos are usually spoiler free most of the time, so yeah, I don't want to spoil the heck out of you. So let's just say that Atlus did something unforgivable. In JRPGs, I don't know about you, but I like to pick my favorite characters regardless of how many party members I have. My 3, 4, 6 party members, and train them and beat the game with them, okay? And usually 9 out of 10 JRPGs let you do that. In fact, 99 out of 100 RPGs. 999 out of 1000 RPGs let you do that. But no, in Persona 5 Strikers, in the final boss, you need to fight it with every single party member. So what about the guys that didn't level up? And this is one of those where your inactive party members do not level up. They don't gain experience. You're just there, stuck with a bunch of completely under-leveled characters in the final boss! Like, that's Shining Resonance Refrain bullshit! Fuck you, Atlus! Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones is one of my favorite Fire Emblem games of all time, and it's my second favorite video game on the Game Boy Advance. And this is a game that I'm very fond of because I love it to death, and I recommended it to death in this channel, and also I beaten the game like 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. But my first time I wasn't so lucky. Okay, let me tell you how I struggled with this game. It has a reputation for being one of the easiest Fire Emblem games, but you know what, between you and me, that's fucking bullshit. Sure, it's kinda easy to break. How do you break this game? Easy. There's a place called the Tower of Valny, where you can just level up your characters and spend fucking forever if you want to, leveling your favorite characters up, and that's it. You have a bunch of broken characters in like 10 hours, and then you can just cheese through the rest of the game if you want to. Okay, but I didn't want to do that at first. Sure, I went there, I grind some levels, and some of my characters were pretty damn strong by the time I got to this fucking mission. This map you're seeing right now, man. This fucking map. This is the desert map, and it's long. I mean, we're talking old school Fire Emblem here. There are no save states in there, I didn't emulate this game, I played it straight on the Game Boy Advance. And I'm one of those guys, Yeah. I'm one of those guys who resets the game if even one of my characters dies. I don't like it when my characters die. Okay, I just don't. That's why I got the true ending on my first run, Fuga in 1 and 2. Okay, because I don't like when my party members die. So yeah, I'm one of those guys who resets the fucking game if one character dies, okay? And getting through this mission, this really long mission, imagine getting to the end of this mission, to the very end! Only 2 enemies left, the boss and some random dude, and that random fucking dude kills one of your characters. What do? You don't restart from there, man, you don't respawn, you restart the whole fucking mission. 1 hour of your time, an hour and a half, completely wasted! But I love this fucking game and I strongly recommend it. Let's move on. Number 4. Is Scarlet fucking Nexus, man. And this is a game that I really enjoyed and I beat with one character, with Kazumi. And there's only one boss battle that pissed the shit out of me. The game is full of annoying features here and there, it's pretty hard to get into and hard to master the battle mechanics because it's like Astral Chain. Every single button your controller does something important, and with all the chaos, with all the stuff going on, it's hard to figure out what to do most of the time. It takes you forever to get used to this game. So there's this boss fight, this one you're seeing right now, and there's this machine, and you gotta destroy some parts to be able to expose its core and then attack the core and rinse and repeat. I hate battles like this. And actually my number 3 has a similar situation, so get ready. But why? I mean, I'm gonna use the same argument I did with Fuga Melodies of Steel 2. I am fucking convinced that they developed these bosses just to annoy the players, just to piss the shit out of them. And it's hard to go around, to move around, because there's electricity all over the place and you get damaged, and then these little annoying little fucktards, fucking out right in front of you. It's just annoying! I could be the best fucking gamer in the planet, the most hardcore motherfucker, and beat this game on Nightmare Mode, and fight that battle on Nightmare Mode. I will still come here and bitch about it. Number 3 is The Legend of Nayuta Boundless Trails, the recent remaster. You know what? Let me go all the way back to the original PSP version that's fan-translated, and it's a good game, but it didn't age very well. Thank goodness for this remaster. Thank you, Falcom. Thank you, NIS America, for remastering this goddamn action RPG. Because the original version, believe it or not, I rage quit on it, and I never went back to it. Well, there's 2 problems, okay, like in Fuga. No story and bullshit, don't worry about it. First, the difficulty, but I want to get to that in a bit. It's all over the place, yes, but there are ways around it. But the second thing that it's perhaps the most annoying feature of the game is the platforming. This is a game in 3D. There's a lot of areas where you traverse in 2D, that's fine. Platforming in 2D, anybody can do it, but platforming in 3D is a pain in the ass. I've always disliked it. In fact, I only have like 1 or 2 platformers in 3D that I like, and that's it. Okay? So I'm pretty bad at them. And Nayuta has a lot of parts, especially near the end of the game, when you're nearing where the final places, the final dungeons, the final areas, There's you jump, and there's these little fucking things you got this kind of hook, and you hook into them for a limited amount of time, and you gotta jump on a moving platform sometimes. It's just ridiculous. You fall, and of course you fall to the void and take damage. Thankfully, you don't die. Okay, you just take damage and respawn from the last platform you were on. Sometimes you get lucky and respawn the area you were trying to get to, which is fine. But most of the time, you just fucking don't! And the difficulty in this game, I hate the bosses. It's a challenging game, but I like the challenge, I like some enemies were a pain in the ass to kill, some elite monsters in there, traversing the... it was fun. I love this fucking game. The remaster is awesome, guys. I really recommend it, but the boss fights... Fucking boss fights... In the original version, that's why I brought it up, I rage quit on it, but I didn't make it to one of these annoying bosses. I think I was in one of those stages, and because of the bad platforming on the PSP with outdated controls, it pissed the shit out of me, so I rage quit. But here, my second reason for rage quitting on Nayuta on the remaster was because of the bosses. Okay, most of the major bosses, if not all of them, they have this requirement. I mean, you can't just beat the shit out of them. They all have a fucking core, and you gotta attack the core, and they shape after a few hits. You know, they change forms, and it's annoying. It's annoying. I get it. They were trying to be creative with the boss fights and the design and the programming and whatnot. It's fucking bullshit, man. It's a pain in the ass to take them down, even on easy mode. And this is a game I beat on normal mode, actually. Oh yeah! I beat another action RPG on normal mode. Not the post game. And I want to bitch about the post game too, because the post game is naturally fucking hard, of course. It has to be, right? Makes no sense if it isn't. I struggle with these bosses because, well, look at this. Look at this! You gotta fight them again! Those 4 fucking guardians. Those motherfuckers, you gotta fight them again. Why? They were annoying in the first place. Why bring them back? Why couldn't you design new bosses? Or have these guys transform into something else and do something different? No, they do the exact same shenanigans. Like this one, for example. And I rage quit. Believe it or not, I rage quit literally. After finding out that I needed to fight this asshole again, you know, I was like, fuck this game, fuck the post game, I'm done. Yeah, but like 2 weeks later I went back to it and I actually did it live so I could make a PS5 streaming test, and some of you were there and you saw with your own 2 eyes, you saw me beating this asshole. Anyway, Nayuta, annoying game, but it's good. Number 2 is a game that I'm very fond of. It's retro, it's on the PlayStation 2, it's still stuck in there, no remaster, maybe one day. And that is Radiata Stories. I love this game with a passion, man. You have no idea. I've beaten this game like 3 times, and even the post-game dungeon, which is brutal, freaking brutal, you know, I beat it. Well, only once, okay, you know, but I beat it. And I beat the freaking annoying super last boss once, and I feel proud because this game has no easy mode. It's a grind fest. I mean, it's not that grindy, the main story is not that grindy, you're gonna have to grind, oh yeah. But, especially before the final boss, but the post game is the real big grind fest. Of course, it has to be. The main story has... The final boss is annoying as fuck. I'm not gonna show you, I'm not gonna bitch about it. But let me complain about this fucking boss, man. This dragon. This is a dragon that it has 2 forms. First, you fight this big ass form and it's on the edge of the screen, okay? You have to run towards, and there's only a specific part where you trigger the hit detection, the collision detection in this fucking battle. It's garbage. It's fucking garbage. If this game ever gets remastered, I hope they fix this bullshit, man. Because god damn it. I mean, you go there and you're trying to fight, you're trying to attack the motherfucker, but sometimes you can't because he keeps summoning these fucking tornadoes that piece the shit out of you. Of course you rely on your party members, you know, but there's barely any strategy to them. You can't control them, you can't do nothing but stare at them while they fuck up, while they're trying to uselessly attack the boss while you do the same, controlling your main character. And then the second form appears, which is just as fucking hard. And now you can beat the shit out of it, but it's so hard. I mean, just look at it. Just look at this. Look at this, man. So, what do? You suck it up. You tough it up, and that's it. I recommend leveling up, of course, grinding a bit so you can be stronger and take this boss battle down easily. Because it's one of those, like in Nayuta, like in Scarlet Nexus, like this boss is not fun. And all 3 times I beat this game, I struggled with it. I knew what to do, I knew how to handle the bastard, and I still struggle with it because he's such a fucking fucking asshole! Are you guys ready for number 1? This is a game that I've praised to death my whole career. It's the most popular game in this channel because I love it passionately. But I don't think I ever told my story with it. My real story, the dark side of it. Oh yeah, never. I don't understand why I never included this game in any Rage Quit video, perhaps because it's my favorite video game of all time. But believe it or not, Chrono fucking Cross also pissed the shit out of me the first time I beat it. Several bosses, man. Where do I even begin? Several of them. It's not just one of them. The most infamous asshole of them all is Miguel. Everybody knows this motherfucker, everybody bitches about this guy, and for good reasons. He's probably the most unfair and hardest boss of the game. I died 10,000 times, but I bitched about this guy too. But what about the others, you know? What about the Sky Dragon? This goddamn dragon, man. This reptile son of a bitch. The moment he starts casting his fucking spells, Ultra Nova, or any white elemental attack towards you, it's a complete fuckery to your party. Just goddamn, man. And I'm trying to teleport myself back to that era, to that very first time that I played this game. The very first fucking time I struggled a hell of a lot. This is one tough motherfucker, I'm telling you. Okay, because later, on later playthroughs, I've beaten this game like 10 times already. On a New Game Plus, or in a normal game, doesn't matter, I made this game my bitch. I've gotten to that part where I played this game so many times that every single boss in this game, I made it my bitch. But the first time, I was the game's bitch several times, with several bosses. What about the Hydra? And I'm showing you both gameplay from both the original version or the remaster because it doesn't matter, it's just as fucking hard neither. This Hydra stuff, man, every single time, for the longest time, I used to have at least one dead party member before the battle ended. Jesus, why? And these two guys, the black and the white guy, the dark and light, bull-headed, armored bastards. These two guys, I'll never forget them and I'll never forgive them, man. Nowadays, sure, I know how to defeat them easily, but the first time, you have no idea. You have no idea how many attempts went to hell, completely wasted just trying to beat these assholes, man. Just fucking hell, man. You know what the biggest problem with this game is? Is that you can't grind. Sure, you can go around fighting monsters and you get a few status upgrades at the end of battle, but it's just random and yeah, you get capped. Once you get capped, it's useless to fight them. You get spoils. You get junk, you get items, money maybe, and that's it. Okay, but you don't gain any stats whatsoever, you don't level up. The only way to level up in this game is by defeating the bosses. How do you deal with that? Imagine being a complete amateur at RPGs like I was and facing all these guys, with no option to grind, to level up. Oh, I'm just gonna grind, and there's no easy mode in this game. There's no easy mode, you're stuck with the regular difficulty, and that's it. So you're fucked, huh? Well, you already know the rest of the story, how I somehow ended up adoring this game and become a huge fan of it, and now it's my favorite video game of all time, Chrono fucking Cross. I love you, man, I love you to death, but the first time, you put me through so much bullshit, and I'll never forget that fucking bullshit! Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends.